Celebrating 30 years of phenomenal trend forecasting, 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. Here's Gerald Celente with today's trends in the news.
Hi, this is Gerald Celente. It's Thursday, February 18th, 2016. And here are some of today's trends in the news. Let's start over there in Asia. Whoa, Shanghai down a bit, but Hang Seng and Nikkei, they're up nicely, over 2%. Hey, how come? Let's look at Japan. Well, this is why the market went up. Japan's exports suffer biggest fall since 2009. Yay! Bring that market up. Oh, let's see what. Exports fell 12.9% year on year in January. Hey, yeah, exports down, lowest level since 2009, down 13% from a country that needs exports to survive. That's a reason for the stock market to go up. You know what that is?
Oh, come on now, that ain't even bullshit. That's horse shit.
Read your trend alert, sent out yesterday. False faith, not hard data, boosting markets. Well, maybe I have to take that back, because here's some more hard facts that were a good reason for the markets to go up. This is in today's Wall Street Journal. Corporate profits in Japan bend to yen. Oh, isn't that nice language? Japanese corporate profits fell nearly 10% last quarter. All right, I got to keep reading. Exports are down. Corporate profits are down. Japan is in a recession with the last quarter's GDP down 1.4%, and the markets go up. No, they're not rigged. Everything is just fine. And by the way, it's not only there in Japan where things aren't so rosy in this time of a global recession, because the facts added up. Slumping exports jolt Asian economies. Yeah. Exports from Singapore's bellwether economy slumped to near their weakest level since the global financial crisis 8 years ago. Yeah, their non-oil domestic exports fell 9.9% in January. Down 13% over in Japan, down 10%. I love this 0.9%. Oh, you're kidding with this garbage. South Korea, their exports are down 18.8%. India, oh, they had a wonderful time out there. Let's see what they did. Oh, they're only down 13.6% for the 14th straight month. Down. And Indonesia, down 20.7%. Why, I gotta tell you, it's China and oil. That's the only two it's a global slowdown. China's only part of it. Nothing to do with oil. So, speaking about China, Ingram Micro to be bought by Chinese firm. That's right. For $6 billion, one after another. Every week I'm reading these. Go back to your Trends journals a number of years ago. China Boomtown. We said all that money that they made in China will be going into a country near you and buying it up. And they're doing it right in front of us. Because we got wars to fight and people to kill. We got to get rid of ISIS. Vote for me. I'll eradicate them, eliminate them, and destroy them. As our country's getting destroyed. Imbeciles, morons, psychopaths, frauds, cowards, liars, fools, and freaks. It's the presidential reality show. That's right. Ooh, the Pope came out. Pope's mad at Trump. That's right. Pope said, anybody that builds a wall to keep out those refugees, those immigrants, those migrants, whatever you want to call them, coming in from Mexico. He was down in Mexico when he said this, the Pope. Not Christian. Well, of course, Trump told the Pope, Don't you tell me what to do or who I am. Don't judge me, blah, 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 blah. But here's the deal. Hey, Pope, how about that evangelicals cats over there, you know, that Cruz guy and the Carson man, the Seventh-day Adventists? They're Christians. They want to bomb out ISIS till ain't nothing left anymore. And there's for collateral damage. Hey, how about Marco Rubio? He's a nice Catholic boy, isn't he? Yeah. Wants to slaughter Mary. We're going to build the biggest military. We're putting troops on the ground. We'll kill anybody we want. Hey, Popo, what's the matter? You got lockjaw about that one? Let's call it even, all right? None of them are Christian. Hey, Trump, I'm going to do worse than waterboarding. Yeah. A bunch of phonies, all of you. And why are the stocks in the States low today? Down about 40 points. You know what I'm on the news of? Walmart's not doing so good. Matter of fact, Walmart came out and said, we're not even going to show increase in sales in 2016. We don't have a projection. And remember, this is the bottom line of people that go to Walmart, these big box stores. So their expectations were below Wall Street's. Stock went down. It's an indicator, because we become a dollar store, Walmart society, as all that wealth that was created since the Panic of '08, 95% of it went to 1%. That's right, you Republicans and Democrats. You made it happen. So Walmart's the big indicator, but you know it did go up today nicely. It was gold. Whoop. A nice little boost there. And here's the deal. Gold went up 2% today. And I wouldn't have thought it would, just so you know. If I was gambling, I wouldn't have bet that it went up. But gold's up 20% from when it hit its 6-year low in December. So, and when you add up the data going on around the world, you can see what's going on. Except maybe you won't be able to see it if you're one of them policymakers. Because here's the front page of today's Financial Times. Fed frets over growing risk to U.S. economy amid market turmoil. Why, the Fed frets. Why, those gloom and doomers? What are you fretting for? You know what, Obama will call you one of those negative people. That's right. You're peddling pessimism. Obama said the economy was fine, and anybody that says it's not, you're pessimistic, and you're peddling it. So here's the Fed right at their meeting. Headline: Fed shows uncertainty on outlook. Hey, wait a minute. How could they be uncertain? They're supposed to know everything. They're the ones that are making the rules and dealing the cards. Federal Reserve officials threw up their hands in January, deciding that they could not decide whether market turmoil would impede domestic economic growth. Quote, most policymakers, what a bunch of wankers with this policymaker crap. A bunch of banksters, private banks that are running and ruining the world. The Federal Reserve. Most policymakers thought that the extent to which tighter conditions would persist and what that might imply for the outlook were unclear. How could it be unclear to you? Hey, we call the global recession. You said everything was going to be all right. I say we should run the government. And they therefore judged it was premature to alter appreciably their assessment of the medium-term economic outlook. You know what that is.
Warning, warning, bullshit alert.
Can you believe this? We don't know what we're doing, but we're going to put it in white shoe boy lingo, and everybody's going to gobble it up and spit it out. They don't know what they're doing. Again, go back to your trend alert on Wednesday. Read your Trends Journal. History before it happens, from the global recession to false faith, not hard data, boosting the markets. So today that steam seems to be running out here in the States. Deloitte, a third of global oil firms could go bust this year. The report says that companies in question have accumulated more than $150 billion in debt. And the deal, of course, the oil was up, and then today it beep, blap, not much. Down a bit on the Brent side, tiny bit down on West Texas's end. So what's the deal? No, as we said before, Iran will not cut back. And they have not cut back. They agreed to keep it where it is. And again, once the prices go up, you're going to see a glut of product go out there again. So, here we go. Talking about companies that are going to be hurt, or countries and companies. Venezuela tries to prop up crumbling economy. Yep. They raised domestic gasoline prices for the first time in nearly 2 decades. And they devalued their currency by 37%. Go back to gold. Wonder why gold prices are going up. Would you rather have a Venezuelan bolivar, a South African rand, a Russian ruble, Mexican peso, or gold? Bombardier to cut 10% of its workforce. It's a global slowdown. Ooh, this is shocking. Loan fraud threatens China's banking system. Oh, I don't believe that at all. The whole game is fraudulent. All these banksters. Put any name, any color, any race, any religion, any creed, any color. As long as there's central banks, they're running a scam. Bond traders price in cut of euro area rate. Yep. In spite of similar market expectations being thwarted at the end of last year, investors have already priced in a 10 basis points cut to a key euro area interest rate in March. That's right. That's what they're saying, that the stimulus and negative interest rates, that's where they're going. By the end of 2016, the rate is expected to be minus 0.60. And what else do we have over here? Talking about a nice, strong economy and what to do about it, and the feds and all these central banks. Urgent action needed to kickstart slow growth. Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. Global growth prospects have practically flatlined. Recent data have disappointed indicators, and indicators point to slower growth in major economies, despite the boost from lower oil prices, blah, 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 and low interest rates. Oh, those low oil prices in the States, I thought that was supposed to boost retail sales, particularly among those poorer folks. Guess it didn't, huh? Yeah, because they need that money to pay for everything else that's going on. So, remember, go back to your Trends Journal, spring 2015. Yesterday, we talked about the airlines flying to Cuba from the USA. Well, today, El Presidente will be flying there himself on Air Force One next month. Cuba is going to be the investment opportunity as it becomes the new Florida, or whatever you want to call it, because this thing is opening up. New talks, another story today, begin with Cuba on expanding business ties. You get in this one, man, it's the ground floor. A top Obama administration official on Wednesday called on the government of Cuba to open its economy to American business and investment. Penny Pritzker, the Secretary of Commerce, and her department had acted aggressively since President Obama's December 2014 announcement. Penny Pritzker, Commerce Secretary. Oh, the Pritzkers. Oh, those are the ones that got Obama into office in Chicago. Those are the ones that bankrolled him. Yeah, the community organizer that organized nothing with a track record of 0. Woo! And ended with a track record of 00. Yeah, for 2 terms of zeros. That Pritzker. Hyatt Hotel Pritzker. Hey, you think they'll be building any Hyatt hotels and Pritzker developments in Cuba? Nah. Why would I think something like that? It ain't capitalism, folks. Fascism. The merger of state and corporate powers. Right in front of your eyes. This is Gerald Celente, and that's some of today's Trends in the News.